Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Today I'm smoking my Savinelli 320 Dolomite, freshly cleaned and sanitized, freshened up, smoking wonderfully. And in it I'm smoking Gawath and Hogarth's Kendal Flake from 2022. Just a great tobacco. I am tired, I am beat, I am sore. Yesterday we got all the, well, probably 95% of the branches picked up. The other 5% I need to take the chainsaw to. We got four big old stacks of branches down by the street for the mulch guys to pick up. And Denny and McKinley helped with that. I was hurting by the time I was done. And today, this morning, I came out, and McKinley came out and helped me. We got the mower deck. I put the mower deck back on the tractor, which is always an experience. Actually went much better this time than trying to do it alone. Having that second set of hands really makes a difference. I was extremely thankful to McKinley for helping out with that. Got it hooked up. Started to do some mowing out here on the little island in our driveway, and it just wasn't working right. Just was not working right. So I pulled it back up, and I went looking through it, and I noticed that the one of the belts from the mule drive was going under a little metal bar, and I thought it should be going over that metal bar instead of under it. So I went in and did some research, and sure enough, it was supposed to go over that bar. So I rerouted that over the bar, redid all my tensioning and everything, and was working fine after that. So I drove it down, mowed about probably a quarter, maybe a third of the, probably a quarter of the meadow. I just wanted to make sure everything was working right on it. And it was. And so I was just going to do a couple of passes, but it was working so well and I was enjoying it. So I just kept going. And I mowed for about an hour. Did about a quarter of the meadow. But I didn't bring out any extra gas with me or anything, and so I just wound up bringing it back up here and parked it. And then tomorrow I'm gonna get up early. I take McKinley to work at 9:30, so I'll get up I'll get out of here about 10 o'clock and just hit that yard and mow all day long. And that'll be fun. My first mow of the season, and it needs it. Boy, it was thicker than I thought it was, actually. Man, I am sore. I am just sore. My back is sore. My legs are sore. I slept so good last night. I didn't even watch the baseball game last night. In fact, the Giants are on right now, and I'm not watching it. So I just needed to come out here and sit down and have a pipe and relax. And I knew the Giants game would just get me all hyped up. They'd probably lose and I'd be upset. So I'll go in and start it over from the beginning. I won't check the scores or anything. I'll start over from the beginning. And I have the MLB app package, and so I can go back and start at the beginning of the game. That way I can fast forward through all the commercials. It's a gorgeous, just an absolutely gorgeous day today. Just beautiful. It was a beautiful day to get out and get the tractor set up, do a little bit of mowing. It was nice to get all the branches picked up. The only branches I have left are stuff that I have to use the chainsaw on. And I'll do all that at once. Just do a day of chainsawing. I've got that one fallen tree that I got to cut all the branches off of that, start working on that. So I'll break out the chainsaw for that. And then I got a tree with some ivy growing in it, some that creeper stuff growing, so I got to go out there and cut that and poison the vine so it'll stop growing. So it's taken over that bottom third of the tree already. And the vine's about that big around, so I got to cut through that and then put one of those bottles with the poison in it, just so that it just kills that and nothing else. And it'll draw all that poison down into the roots of that vine and kill it. That way it won't spread to any other trees. Hopefully. But just absolutely gorgeous today. Birds are singing. Yesterday, Kodak decided he wanted to play racetrack, and he went running out the front door twice yesterday and decided he wasn't going to come on recall. He went hauling his little butt down the driveway. First time we found him down the street, about 4 houses down the street. I call him and he comes doity doity doity, he comes running up to the car like he's all excited to see us. And the second time was when Channing and his brother Elisha came over, and they were going to pick up the table and chairs that had been storing out here in the barn. And they opened up the door, came in, and then when we were getting ready to come back out here, opened up the door and he took off again. So they went running after him. I jumped in the car because usually if he sees the car, he comes running over to the car because he wants to go for a ride. So he had run straight across the street to the granny's house, went behind her house, and so they were chasing him back there. Then he came back, he was running around in our front yard here. And I came down the hill and he saw me and I said, "Kodak, come here, boy." And he came running towards me and jumped up into the window like he was going to try and jump through the window to get in the car. Crazy dog. One of these days he's going to run out the door and get hit by a car on the street out there. Luckily it's not a busy street at all. But that dog. He just loves to run, you know. It's a greyhound. And he hadn't done that in so long, he wouldn't even go near the front door. You know, he'd go running out the back door, but wouldn't do anything by the front door. 2 times in one day. Stinking dog. And then when he sees you, he's just like, "Doy, doy, doy." Comes, running back over to you like, "Yeah, did you see what I did?" Oh man, I love dogs. Clover, she's so good. She won't go out the front door. Well, she did one time when I took Kodak out on a leash. She wanted to go out too, so she ran out the front door with us, but she came right back when I called her. Kodak, he's just like a bullet out of a rifle, man. He's gone. Got a red-tailed hawk being chased by a little bird up here. He must have been around her nest or something, and she is just chasing him all over the sky. Good stuff. So I found my old license plate from my Dodge Ram pickup truck that I had in California. That was my dream truck. That was my dream. I saved up for that truck. I wanted that truck so bad for the longest time. Finally got it. Paid cash. That was a '98 Dodge Ram, and that was the year I wanted. I got it in 2003. The day I picked it up, I had hernia surgery that morning. And came home, and they called and said, your truck's ready if you want to come pick it up, because we'd gone in the night before and paid for it and everything, and they were, detailing it up for us and everything. So I knew I was supposed to get it that day. So that morning I had hernia surgery. So I went in and had the surgery, came home, slept for a while, and then we went down just before they closed and picked it up. And I didn't take any pain pills or anything the whole day after surgery, because I knew if I took pain pills I couldn't drive. So I didn't take any pain pills, nothing, and drove down there. I probably wasn't supposed to be driving at all anyway, but went down, picked it up, drove it home, drove around. I was just driving around in it. Came home, took Denny for a drive in it. That thing sounded so good. It was so throaty. Just had that throaty sound to it. The girls loved it. We'd drive through parking lots and just set car alarms off as we were driving through, because it just had that throaty rumble. A V8. It was just my dream truck. And then I was sitting at a stoplight. This was 3 years later. Sitting at a stoplight, waiting to turn left. There's a car coming straight across the road towards me, so I was waiting for him to come across, or her to come across, and I was going to turn left. As she was coming across, some guy ran the red light. He was arguing with his girlfriend. Ran the light, T-boned her, and she slammed right into my truck. Totaled the truck, bent the frame all up. God, I hated it. Just killed me. It killed me. That was my dream truck, man. It was my gig truck. I had the back cover on it, on the back of the truck, so I could put all my gear in there and drive wherever I needed to go. Just killed me. Then when they told me it was totaled, He said the frame had been bent so badly that they couldn't straighten it out, and I was devastated, just devastated. So anyway, that was the license plate I had, In Blues Heaven. I had an awesome stereo system in it, and truck got stolen one time, and I had a low jack in it. We came out to go to church one Sunday morning. Truck was gone. So Denny and the girls went to church, and I called the police, and I said, "Yeah, I need to report my truck stolen." And I said, "I have low jack on it." And they said, "You have low jack? What's the license number?" So I gave them the license number. We said, "Okay, we've turned on low jack." Five minutes later, I get a call from San Diego Police Department. "We have your truck. It's 2 exits from the border to Mexico. Can you meet us down here?" And I said, "I don't have, my wife and daughters went to church. I don't have anybody." They said, "We'll send an officer out to pick you up." The officer picked me up at the house, drove me down there, said they caught the guys red-handed in it. Did a felony stop on them, and just guns drawn, everything. It was just awesome. And I said, and he showed me how the thing worked, the low jack worked. He goes, "Look, I've got your number in here. I'm gonna turn it on. It's gonna take me right to your truck." Sure enough, man, it said turn right here, turn left. It was like a GPS to my truck. Took them right to where my truck was. And I said, "Man, thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome." And he was like, "No, you're the one that got the low jack." He said, "You're awesome." And he goes, "Those make our job so much easier." And he goes, "These guys were heading to the border. They were taking your truck to Mexico." And he said, "Our helicopter was the one who got it, who first clicked on it. And he notified us, and we swarmed them and pulled them over. And 2 more exits, they'd have been in Mexico." So I was and they'd messed it up. They'd, ripped the stereo out and everything out of it. But I got the truck back, and the insurance covered everything but the stereo. And I still had the faceplate for the stereo. I had taken the faceplate out, because it had a removable faceplate for it. But I was so thankful to get that truck back. And they went to jail. Those guys went to jail for taking it. They had a and then had an accident and totaled it. Boy, I loved that truck. That was my dream truck. Never had a problem with that truck at all. Anyway, that was the license plate for my truck. So I found that in a box in the closet yesterday. So I thought I'd hang that up out here. So anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about today. It's long enough, 26 minutes. I hit 3,500 subscribers this week. Thank you guys for everybody who's subscribed to this channel. Not sure why you guys want to watch, but thank you so much. I will have to do some kind of giveaway for that. Oh, yeah. I usually get told about my number of views from other people. Usually it's Paladin Piper who comments and says, "Hey buddy, congratulations on your subscriber count." And but I just happened to click on, I was looking for my playlists and saw that I had gone over 3,500 subscribers and 600,000 views or something like that. And so I thought that was pretty cool. So, but anyway, I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. God bless. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Have a good one.